Well, hello friends, good morning, welcome back to the garden. My name's Christopher and today we are going to be building this FlexGrow A-Frame Trellis Pro, quite a mouthful, from VEGO. Thank you for joining me, let's get started. Well, hello and welcome back to my workshop. Today is another wonderful opportunity to unbox, assemble, and install a new VEGO product into my garden. And the one that we're doing right now is the VEGO FlexGrow A-Frame Trellis Pro. Ooh, just look at that beauty. That's a pretty big box. Nothing like a good old big box coming from FedEx to your front door. So let's crack it open. Here we go. Cardboard is also useful in the workshop, so I will be keeping this. Right on top we've got the user manual with all your pretty specific things, parts list on the inside, assembly instructions, maintenance and care, etc. in a good brown earth-friendly form. So we'll set that up to the side. This FlexGrow A-Frame Trellis Pro comes in 5 different sections made of similar material, if not the same material, as the tomato trellis that I did a video of earlier. Beautiful, this nice coated metal, solid, really, you see me here squeezing, and there is no deflecting. Or you can take a look, give it a big hug to bend it, and it's still straight as it was before. That's nice. I like to do a stress test because I've done a lot of different DIY A-frames over the years. I've done wooden ones, I've done wood and string, I've done different cages, chicken wire, rabbit fencing, the 2x3 stuff, and it's all such high gauge wire that it deflects and it warps and it breaks and it bends after a season or two. So at this point in my life, I'm moving into the garden with the idea of permanence. I really want things to last, and VEGO is excellent at that. That's why I do a stress test. So I'm going to take the cardboard off of all of this now. While I'm taking the cardboard off, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to the fine folks at VEGO for sending this over for me to review and install into the garden. I really appreciate it. I'm not sponsored directly by VEGO, but I love all of their stuff, and I do participate in their affiliate marketing program. So if you like this, or anything else you see in the garden from VEGO, do check out the link in the description. That's my affiliate link. That'll take you to the website. Won't cost you anything more to buy, but I do get a credit kickback to buy more cool gardening stuff to make great videos. One of the nice features of this particular trellis, in addition to being incredibly durable, is the versatility in height and the versatility in configuration. But let's talk about the height here. This is the first piece that goes into the ground. I'm going to assemble it to its full length. This piece will slide right on top of it, followed by the large top piece. But if you don't want something that's as big, then you don't have to include the middle piece, thus saving yourself, oh, it looks like about 20 inches worth of space. I believe the whole thing from top to bottom is 80 inches before you shove it into the ground, so it's a pretty sizable trellis. Bringing the camera in here to show you that there are no screws or anything for assembly. We've got a button here and a hole here, so it's pretty straightforward. You align both ends, and of course I'm doing the bottom slightly off camera, right? Use your finger to just push it down, apply pressure evenly to both sides, and then with a nice satisfying pop, there we go. The button is through the hole and the trellis is assembled. Yeah, that is one big long piece. We'll get the second one assembled and then we'll go outside because there are 2 different configurations I want to show you. This whole assembly really only takes 5 minutes. It's a little bit longer on video just for the fact that I'm talking and taking the time to identify things. But if you're looking for an easy, elegant solution, I gotta say, this is it. Off we go. Boy, these are taller than I am, and I'm 6'5". That really is something. I gotta get the camera far back. So one of the configurations that we have here is the side by side, and it couldn't be easier. Let me walk up and show you, you can see on one side, there's the contrast. There's a pin arcing down, and on the other side right here, in front of my nose, there is a cylinder. All you have to do is align the two, actually it's three, 1, 2, 3. Maybe easier said than done, no? Still pretty easy. There we go. And you've got it. So this is something, right, if you need a 90-degree angle, or if you want to do zigzag, if you want to do triangles, heck, you could use this for tomato trellising or some sort of climbing clematis, or this is so strong you could train small pumpkins up this. Gosh, you could really do a lot. And the nice thing is, on this end there are still the cylinders, and on this end there are still the rods. So you could get a couple sets of these, daisy chain them together, and if you want, you could make a really cool natural privacy fence in your garden. You know what I mean? You could plant something at the base that climbs and vines all the way up, and you could completely divide your garden. But the possibilities are really quite endless when it comes to how many you want to do together. I'm going to show you the other configuration. Should probably come closer. Again, at the very top, which you can see here, are more cylinders and pins. So you just line them up like we did before and put them together with one additional step, that is the R clips. You can see why they're an R clip. Maybe from your angle that's an R. At the very top here, right there at the very top of the rods that went through, you'll notice a hole. So you're just going to take your R clip at the top, give it a good shove, and you're going to lock that in place. That way, this can't slide out as it jostles. They give you 4 R clips. At most, you'll need 2. Yeah, well, there's the A-frame, and doesn't that look great? It's really tall with me standing upright, even though I'm going to shove those into the base of my raised bed a little bit. The nice thing is, I'm growing cucumbers on this year, and I have to double check the kind of seeds that I got to see whether their tendrils will grow tall enough, or if it's not worth it to have such a high frame. I could, again, always take off this middle section, put the top on the bottom, and have a lower frame. That's the nice versatility of this particular design. Look at that! It's so beautiful. My gosh, is it even in frame? Do I have to back up? Man, I think this is great for a lot of different reasons, but I like tall, big things. I want my garden to feel grown up, to feel vertical. I've got these arch trellises all over that are over 7 feet at the center. This is right up there with them. I've got my pole bean trellises that also cap over 7 feet. So this fits right at home. Even if the cucumbers don't fully grow up it, it'll look great. I'm growing some crunchy butternut lettuce underneath it. I think that's what it's called, butter crunch lettuce. And that likes to be shaded. It's also in the shade of this tree, which is why I've picked this for my salads. But my cucumbers are going to be extremely happy on this. So, tell me what kind of A-frame trellises you've built for yourself over the years. Have you done things with wood and cheaper wire that have fallen apart, or have you built things that are sturdy like this? If you're ready to take the plunge and get something that's going to last for decades instead of just a few years, that can weather any kind of storm, do use that affiliate link in the description down below to go to VEGO and get something for yourself. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you to the fine folks at VEGO for sending this for me to review and actually use in my garden. I suppose I should get to planting some seeds, so I'll leave you to your garden. Have a wonderful day out in the garden. Thank you. Bye-bye.